This is Alex from Narrow Road Living, and what I want to talk about today is the concept of letting go on the grips of life. What I mean by this is that essentially everyone believes they're in control of their life, but really, that's not the case. Whether you believe in God or the universe, I personally believe that in order to live a life of fulfillment and contentment, you must let go of control and believe in something that is higher up, something that is above you. Think about it this way. Have you ever come across in life where no matter how hard you tried, you just couldn't get the result that you wanted? However, later on down the road, it turned out that seemed to be the best case scenario for you? I know I have. I'll give you an example. Coming into university, I believe that I wanted to be a doctor. I studied very hard, and I remember one class in particular. I was studying extremely hard for the final, and I just couldn't pull out the mark that I wanted. And I couldn't pull out the mark that I needed in order to take the next year's class. This was devastating for me, because for years I spent a lot of time and effort working towards becoming a doctor, and it just shattered. However, this turned out to be literally the best thing that could have happened for me. Had I pursued the career of trying to be a doctor, which I wasn't ultimately passionate about, I would not have come into many things such as reading books, health, and really about achieving my own life's goals. It's crazy how things work out sometimes. What led me down the road of letting go into a higher purpose was realizing that although you may really want something, everything really does happen for a reason. Fundamentally, I think that everything happens for the greater good of not only yourself, but of everyone and everything around you. Realize that everything in this universe is perfect the way that it is. I know that's very controversial because there are many things that are considered very bad, but realize that the universe has a purpose for everything. What helped me along my journey was thinking that everything in life had a lesson to it. For example, no matter how menial something is, I know there's a lesson behind it in the long run. Although something may not seem like you want it to happen in the short run, which is often the case in terms of results, in the long run things always seem to work out. With this in mind, however, realize that not everything that occurs in your life is for your purpose. For example, interactions that you have with other people. Everyone's always so caught up in how it relates to them. But really, do you ever think about how it relates to the other person? Maybe you could say something that switched something for that other person, that put them on their own path in life. But instead, everyone seems to focus on how it affects them. What I'm trying to get across is that I think it's important to take a step back and not analyze everything that comes into your life, but instead just observe it. If you feel like you can take a lesson from something, which I believe is always the case, then do it. If not, just let it pass by. But I believe that those moments are wasted time and opportunities. I'm not trying to say that you should believe that everything will always work out in the end, because it simply won't if you only have sheer desire. But if you relentlessly take action towards what you want, although you may not get the result you want, I truly believe that everything will work out in the long run towards your higher purpose, as long as you're taking action. It's very easy to fall into the trap of just sitting back and letting things come to you, but I don't believe that's how the universe works. I think that you communicate with the universe through your energy and also your actions, mainly your actions. You would be surprised if you took massive action day after day and always realize that everything occurs with a lesson. Your intelligence will go up drastically and extremely quickly. There's the concept of infinite intelligence. Using only your brain, this is classified as finite intelligence. If you try to control everything and only get what you want, then this is considered finite intelligence. My personal theory is that the universe itself giving you the lessons by what come into your life is what infinite intelligence is. Have you ever noticed how everything in your life seems to come at the right moment? I believe if there's a lesson that you need to learn, it will come into your life for sure. And as long as you're open-minded and aware of it, then you will gain the lessons that the universe is trying to bestow upon you, and you will progress towards your higher purpose. The last thing that I want to touch upon is going back to just sitting back and waiting for things to come to you. In this modern era, I believe that one of the biggest downfalls is overstimulation and instant gratification. I believe that a lot of problems for people can be solved if they just sit down and think to themselves. But in this modern time, that's not nearly what a lot of people do. Instead, it's so easy to just go on Facebook or watch a TV show, go on Netflix, you name it, and it's possible to just turn off your brain and just let things come to you. No matter where you're at in life, everyone is always working towards improving some type of area. I believe that if you sit down and think about these thoughts and meditate on these thoughts, then you will A, know what you truly want, and B, if you are open to the events that come into your life and find meaning, then ultimately you will achieve your higher purpose in life. As always, cheers.